Hi, I'm Terry Kolath. I'm here today with Pastor Andy Hawkins of our own village church, our senior pastor. And every May, he makes time in his schedule to give us the same program, but with different questions. We call it I've Been Wondering. Thanks for joining me, Pastor Andy.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
We look forward to this. We really do. In fact, I have had people say, well, that's the kind of question to ask Pastor Andy.
That's right.
It's great.
Yeah.
And you give us a chance to think, okay, maybe nobody else cares about this, but I'm just interested. And then other people are going, oh,
yeah.
I was interested.
Well, most people don't realize that they're interested too.
Exactly.
They just have a thought of the question that they'd like to have answered, and so they're happy when somebody else does it.
Did it help you, do you think, being an educator, to be so comfortable with answering any question?
Yeah, I think that experience, I'm sure it's not comfortable for everybody, but I've been answering a lot of questions for a lot of years, Terry, and so I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, college kids, they just, their questions can be so off the wall, but so profound sometimes.
That's right. But these questions are better than that because they're usually well thought out, and they usually have sometimes even years of puzzling over things.
Exactly, and I think that just the opposite, when we're in our more senior years, we really do look at things from all different angles, don't we?
That's right, yeah, that's right.
What are your favorite kinds of questions about faith?
Oh my, I just, people can ask some very difficult questions. Sometimes I don't have answers for them, and so I just can shrug and say, I don't know. I think it's important for somebody that does a program like this to be able to say, I really don't know about that. Sure. There are lots of things that puzzle me. So I think that's fine, but I also love sort of theological questions. But people, they read the scriptures and then things occur to them. Things like the sovereignty of God and human responsibility, things like the validity of the Bible, the reliability of the Bible, some of those kinds of things come up with some frequency. And so those are some of the kinds of favorite questions that I have. But it's different every time we do it.
And those theological questions, you are so good at that. I was so impressed in your Passover too, how you put things into a perspective. We listened to our rabbi speak about a perspective, and then how you put the theology of Christianity into perspective for us on the same topics. It was really, really nice, especially for the holy season. I think we all appreciated it.
It was a lot of fun to do that.
It was. Yeah. So studying theology, is there any gray area in it?
Sure, lots of gray areas in it.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the verses that I love comes from Deuteronomy 29:29, and I'm paraphrasing here. It says something along the lines of, the things that are revealed are for you, but the things that are secret belong to the Lord. And so there are some things that we're not supposed to really know, and we need to be comfortable recognizing that we're not God. Right. God knows all things. We are not going to be in that position where we can answer every question. There's a mystery to God and how He relates to His creation, and we need to realize our limitations. Everybody's got to know his limitations.
Sure, and a mystery to faith.
That's right. Yeah,
a profound mystery.
Yeah, there are important answers. I think the Bible is clear about many, many things. And it's clear about the most important things, the things that relate to our salvation, the things that help us define our relationship with God. But there are also many other things that simply are the kinds of mysteries that when we see God, Lord willing, we can ask Him if we think of it.
I've been wondering.
That's right. I've been wondering. That's exactly right.
Well, it's also true, I think, I've found in Bible study, the older I've gotten, how amazing it is that something that could be written so long ago can have such a profound meaning today.
That's one of the things that makes the Bible the Word of God,
right, because
it really does span the ages. It really has meaning no matter what particular period of history you happen to be in. So it's really a timeless book. And the more you study it, the more you realize that.
Worth looking at more than once, right?
That's exactly right.
Well, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad.
And I will say one more thing. I really do appreciate when people submit those questions because they'll just get better answers if I have time to think about them a little bit rather than on the spur of the moment. And so that's the a system that we've developed that they submit them either by email or by dropping them off at the church office. It's really a great help, and as a result, it gets me to be able to give them a better answer, and usually an answer that has some pastoral care associated with it. You know, I try to make it not simply an academic answer, but one that has some pastoral meaning.
Sure, and then maybe there's some like questions that you can
Oh, absolutely.
put together.
That's
Great.
right.
Well, I hope you make every opportunity to join us. I've been wondering Wednesday, May 15th, with our own Pastor Andy Hawkins.